Awesome fentanyl. Okay. So I went out to breakfast late last week after the show. And I had a breakfast dish. You know, I'm off sweets.
Mm-hmm.
For Lent. I've quit sweets. And I have noticed, man, after I got off the sweets carousel, I do feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not as hungry as often, you know, because I guess I don't have the carb crash that happens with sweets that make you just want to eat again.
Yeah.
So I did notice that. But I go to this breakfast place, and I noticed something on the menu, and I thought, well, I'll try that.
Pancakes with whipped cream?
And I ordered it close. It was something called, I think it was called bread pudding French toast. Okay? So this stuff comes out, and it has a...
That sounds amazing.
It was just like bread pudding, and it was ladled with all this caramel sauce, which I always called caramel, but now I hear more people saying caramel, so now I'm paranoid.
I think you're good either way.
And then all of this vanilla cream, like sauce that was on it as well. I mean, just floating in it. And I ate this dish, and I said, there is absolutely zero difference between this and bread pudding dessert. Like, there was no daylight between the two concepts.
And you just thought because it was a breakfast item, it's
totally
for some reason, since it's under the breakfast column, I'm in the clear. It doesn't count. But afterwards, I just felt so icky.
Yeah, it definitely counted. You know, that's been one of my breakfast observations over the years, is that we are eating dessert.
Yes.
Pancakes, sweet rolls,
Mm-hmm.
most of our breakfast items are dessert, but we let ourselves have it.
Yes. I went to a place and just flat out had dessert for breakfast.
Yes.
I bet it was good.
It was so freaking good.
Bread pudding is amazing.
Just bread pudding swimming in sugar water.
Yeah, some sort of version of French toast with that? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, I called it French toast. I'm telling you, George, it was just bread pudding. That was the toast part was just bread pudding.
Did God have a word with you for breaking your Lenten promise?
He spoke to me through my conscience, yes.
And your digestive system?
That's why I'm sitting here telling you guys this. This is God speaking through me right now at this moment. Think about that. Think about all the prophets throughout all the ages. Think about just the guys who wrote the Gospels, right? That was God speaking through them. And then the one time God speaks through me, it's about how bread pudding is actually dessert, not breakfast.
Not a breakfast item.
Right. Not a breakfast item. That's what God's saying right now. Okay, the most powerful people in sports here in North Texas. Did you read Mac Ingles' column?
Don't think so.
Mm-mm.
This from 3 days ago. What was March 1st? Was that Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. So he comes out with the list of most powerful people in sports. Number 1, who do you guess?
Jetty.
Hello.
The father of half of us, Jerry Jones. Cuban was second. And then fourth was Ray Davis, Rangers primary owner. Clark Hunt was number 5.
Who was third?
Patrick Dumont, the
Mavs owner.
Mavs governor.
Governor, yeah.
Yes, and major shareholder. That is. Tom Ghilardi, 6th. Steven, 7th. Brett Yormark, the Big 12 commissioner, 8. Jordan Spieth, number 9.
Okay.
Lieutenant General Richard M. Clark, the executive director of the college football playoff, was 10th.
He lives here?
I guess so. 12th was Dak. 13th, the Ticket Sports Radio 1310. Even went with our AM signal after the sports radio.
All right, thank you, Mac.
And this is what Mac wrote. Picking just one of the station's list of personalities is too hard, as they all contribute to keep the Ticket in its place it created 30 years ago. Even as the radio industry rapidly evolves, the Ticket remains relevant thanks to Bob Sturm, Corby Davidson,
obviously,
George Dunham, Craig Miller, Donovan Lewis, Gordon Keith, and the rest. They split the three of us up. Donovan gets in between me and Craig. And then there's a lot of people just labeled and the rest.
Dave.
That's usually how the bird dogs get listed at a festival.
What does it say?
We're
and Donovan Lewis?
No, we're and others.
It's the sweet
Oh, yeah.
Remember Gilligan's Island theme song used to say "and the rest"?
Yeah.
Instead of including the professor and Marianne.
And then they changed it, I don't know, season 3 or something like that.
Professor
And the rest. Guess who comes in at 14th? Behind the ticket.
So you haven't mentioned him yet. Did he put us ahead of Luca?
Number 14, Luka Doncic.
I think I'd bump Luca up a little bit.
Charlotte is at 16th.
Luca's got to be in the top 10.
Chris Young, 17th. See, Jim Nils at 20th. At 21st, Mike Ducey.
Okay. Is he the number one TV guy?
Okay, what do you think would be Mike Ducey's worst nightmare in a list that honors him?
Some mention of Marge.
No, he would love that.
Some mention of his toupee.
He's a punchline on the previously mentioned ticket.
Now, what do you think? What does he always complain about? Every time he comes in here and fills in, he goes, I was wondering how long it'd take for you to mention
some
him.
Sort of Dale Hansen reference?
Yeah.
He's the new Dale Hansen.
So this is what Mac writes in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. As the media industry has changed, there have been no obvious replacements for people like former Fort Worth Star-Telegram sports columnist and local radio host Randy Galloway. Or WFA TV sports anchor Dale Hansen, both of whom have retired. Current Dallas Morning News columnist Tim Calishaw, who has a presence on ESPN, would probably be the closest to Hansen and Galloway. So you get all of that before you even get anything about Ducey.
But Ducey's pretty good.
Then Mac writes, Ducey is the veteran sports TV anchor in DFW who lends his voice to the ticket on occasion. So ticket is mentioned kind of above his own show. As well as Fox 4's nightly free for all show.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Boy.
Oh gosh, it cracks me up. Ducey's Rodney Dangerfield around here.
Let's focus on that he was the number one TV guy on that list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's focus on that.
Yes, there you go. 22nd, right behind Ducey, is Razor.
Okay, good.
Then at 23, you get Scent. And then on and on. But that's the ticket was mentioned. Thank you, Mac Engel. It's very nice of you.
Yeah, that's an interesting list.
Yes. And it's unclear if it should be numbered. Like, he didn't add numbers, but he did list them in some particular order, and it wasn't alphabetical, and it wasn't didn't seem to be any order. And Jerry's the first one he mentioned, and so it seems like it's kind of in some kind of order for him.
Yeah.
And we're certainly ahead of Ducey, so that's indicative. Okay, there is an order
really
here.
matters.
So, yeah, that's what's important. All right, licking feet. I know, Craig, you have a foot fetish? There's something about you and feet.
I do, but we've never brought that to the air.
Okay, so let's keep it off the air.
Yeah, let's keep it off the air.
Crazy.
Well, there is a coffee shop in Oklahoma that was built to employ developmentally disabled adults. It's called Not Your Average Joe, and it's in Oklahoma City, founded in 2019 by a guy named Tim Herbal to celebrate his nephew who had cerebral palsy and died at the age of 11. But anyway, they employ developmentally disabled adults. Well, people are now calling that store upset and calling the employees pedophiles because the store accepted funds from Deer Creek High School. Deer Creek High School holds this wonderful week of fundraising event, and they have like bizarre activities to raise money. Okay, and one of these activities showed students licking peanut butter off the toes of adults, like in the gym. Jim.
How could that ever be a part of a high school fundraiser?
I don't know. I guess it's like a gross out thing that you do, and so, but there's footage of it. I mean, you can see it. There's people sitting down on a bench, and they got their naked feet out there and peanut butter spread between their toes, and there's students laying down on the gym floor just. And
that's really strange.
But the fundraiser, that week of fundraising, $152,000, almost $153,000. And they chose as their beneficiary this coffee shop that employs developmentally disabled adults. So they give their money to the coffee shop, and now the coffee shop is taking it in the shorts because, of course, this goes viral. And it's like calling their employees pedophiles, and they're getting 1-star reviews on all the sites.
Wow.
Terrible.
They didn't hold the event.
Right.
But we're worked up about it, and we need somebody to pay for this because I'm outraged at my keyboard in Kansas City.
We got to stick somebody with the pitchfork.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. And so we need to put this place out of business, right?
Oh, my gosh.
To teach them not to accept money from fundraisers.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Come on.
I do think that high school needs to rethink some of the activities for fundraising.
They say that they are rethinking it. They said that the kids did the best they could, and this is one thing that didn't go the way they expected, said I think this is the principal. We want to stress to our community that much of the information accompanying this video is inaccurate. However, through this specific game, we failed to uphold core principles and the dignity of our students and the proud image of our community. We have a responsibility to protect our antlers. They are the antlers.
Okay.
And which I don't think is that great a mascot.
Antlers.
Because you're not a deer, which is an animal. You're just part of the deer.
Although that's one of the greatest weapons, at least in baseball, to drop a claw on someone and drop the antlers.
You know it is the stupidest weapon in baseball is to drop claws and antlers on people.
Isn't that like Texas calling themselves the Horns?
Yeah. Well, no, they're the longhorn cattle, though, right? Or are they named after the actual horns? I don't know what the origin of that
maybe
term
it's
is.
the cattle. Yeah.
Is
there is it the antelope antlers? Don't we have a high school in Texas nicknamed the Antlers?
Antelope. Yeah, I think they are the Antlers.
I think one of the Kerrville
This
schools.
is the second time
Kerrville-Tybee.
that antelope has come up in as many weeks. Remember I talked about my dad pastoring First Baptist Antelope?
Yeah.
We don't talk about antelope quite a bit on this show. But are there any hoofs? Any so-and-so hoofs? Is it hooves or hoofs?
Hooves.
But something behooves you, right?
Pronunciation.
It behoofs you.
What about the eye sockets or the ears or the mandibles? The patellas, the cervixes.
The booty.
The booties.
There's
That'd
got to
be funny. The booties.
Got to be another animal part. Is there a high school nickname the Cottontails?
But that would be a rabbit once again.
Yeah, true. There's got to be another one.
You guys are the high school football experts.
Yeah, I can't think of
just from hanging around Craig Way
outside of antlers.
You think Craig Way would know the answer to this?
Yes,
instantly.
Call him right now.
Instantly.
He could wake up out of dead sleep and tell us.
We have a Craig Way hotline where he can call up immediately. A red phone in studio and let us know. Okay.
All right, Gordo, thank you. That's the ODEC.
Those fires up there in the Panhandle have burned nearly 2,000 square miles, 1.3 million acres surrounding Amarillo and that area. So the largest blaze, of course, has spilled into Oklahoma, the Smokehouse Creek fire. That thing has burned 1.1 million acres. 15% contained. 15% contained.
Well, that's better than 0 or 1%
No
where
kidding.
they were last week.
2 other fires have burned a combined 180,000 acres, 60% contained, those 2 fires. They still don't know what started the fires, but of course it's the strong wind and the dry grass and the unseasonably warm temperatures that have caused this thing to spread.
I haven't even thought about that. What are the thoughts that could have started it? A cigarette being tossed out the window, or do they have any clue?
I don't know. Electrical power lines go down and spark.
Yeah, sometimes lightning
candles.
get those things started, but I don't know if they had storms up there last week or not.
Somebody not putting out a campfire properly.
Could be.
Who knows? But it's still really bad. And California experiencing the opposite of fires. Heavy, heavy snowfall. Blizzard conditions slamming into North California over the weekend. There were some places that had over 7 feet of snow in a 72-hour period of time.
7 feet?
Yeah. Sugar Bowl, California, got 89 inches of snow. That's 7.42 feet. And Donner Peak, California, is that the same as Donner Pass? I mean, like, same area?
Yeah.
Got 7.25 feet.
Whoa.
Of snow.
You know, my buddy Dave, you guys know, he lives in Reno, which is at the foot of the pass up over Donner and all of that, up by Tahoe. He said in Reno they've had 2 feet at his house, just at his house in Reno. And he says you go up to 7,000, then you get those totals, like you're talking about, Gordo, about 7 feet. And they haven't even gotten reports from, like, the ski areas way up high, and they think they may be at 12 feet.
I saw where one ski area, the Palisades Tahoe ski base, it registered a wind gust yesterday of 145 miles per hour.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
What a storm.
It's incredible. I think it closed down a 70-mile stretch of Interstate 80 near the Nevada state line. Nevada. Yeah, my whole life it was Nevada. And then like 20 years ago, I started being really corrected on that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Nevada. Is it Colorado or is it Colorado? Colorado.
Colorado Rockies.
Colorado. I say Colorado.
Nevada.
Colorado. Maybe I say Colorado.
I think I say Rado.
Yeah, I say Colorado.
I've always said Colorado.
Yeah.
But then again, I always said Nevada, and I was wrong on that. So maybe I'll start getting corrected on Colorado to being Colorado. A Brinks security guard took it in the pants in Irving. Have you seen the video of this dude being robbed?
Yes.
No, I guess not.
It's awful for him.
Poor a Brinks security guard. He was robbed at gunpoint in Irving on Friday morning at the Chase Bank ATM on Beltline Road. I guess he was restocking that or doing something with the money inside the ATM, and while he had it open, some dude comes up with a gun and robs him. And then to keep the security guard from chasing after him or escaping, he takes off the man's pants.
Oh.
Felt so bad for the guy. He's laying down on his stomach on the ground, and the guy reaches up to his waistline and starts yanking the guy's pants, and it gets caught on his boots, and the security guy has to turn around and take off his boots where he can go pantless.
It's awful.
Yeah, and the robber gets into a Malibu with a bag and takes off. And Irving PD, as of this report, Irving PD says the suspect escaped with that large sum of money, and they are asking for the public's help in identifying him.
Didn't you always think that like one of those security trucks had at least 2 people on it?
I thought that was the protocol.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
They had to have 2 people.
Yeah.
But maybe with the crunch, or some employment crunch, they changed the policy. Maybe they changed the policy in COVID and haven't changed it back.
I would not want that job.
God,
I hope those guys are paid well.
On high alert.
You're just a rolling target
shift.
all day.
Yeah. How much money do you make?
I want that job.
Are you allowed to skim off the top when you're like take your 10% as you're stocking the ATM machines? The ATM automatic teller machines? They did this story on the Hardline. I think it was during the Rant Revival. Can't remember. Maybe it's E-News. Drea De Matteo has started an OnlyFans.
From Sopranos.
Yeah, she had fallen behind on her mortgage.
Oh,
was about to have her home taken away. So as a last-minute solution, she starts up an OnlyFans, and she said in 5 minutes she made enough to pay off her house.
Wow.
She says, I was surprised I was able to save my home as quickly as I did, so my advice to all the young ladies out there, not the young ones. I want the young ones to do other things first. The old ones. All the old ladies out there, bet on yourself, man. That's the way to bet on yourself. You do an OnlyFans. It would be pretty cool if you were a hot woman knowing that you could always just go there and just rake it in. Just make all sorts of money.
What kind of money are we talking about, you think?
Oh, I think... I don't know.
Is there a difference between famous and just not famous, good-looking?
Obviously, that helps Drea De Matteo.
$1 bajillion.
But I don't know what the spread is on OnlyFans versus, because you hear about the success stories, but it may be one of those deals like 98% of the people on OnlyFans only make $100 a month or something.
Do you think I could start an OnlyFans for my feet?
Absolutely, you could.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about it is any sort of weird... and I'm not saying that it's weird if someone likes feet.
Right.
I want to empower them because that's the way the Lord made them. So God bless them.
If that's all you're worried about, it's kind of weird.
Whoa. A little bit of different theology coming from over on this side.
Rex Ryan, you don't think that the whole thing was weird? You were creeped out by that video.
No, I saw a husband and wife enjoying each other's presence in the world.
I thought it was weird.
What would you guys do if I started an account for my beautiful feet and I was making like $1 million a year off my OnlyFans?
I would applaud you.
Yeah.
Why not do it? Now you have to get increasingly weirder. It's got to be you, pouring chocolate sauce on your feet. And it's you,
how much you willing to do with your
cutting
feet?
a piece of birthday cake with your toes.
So I have to do things. I can't just post pictures of them.
You could post pictures of them, but I think people want video,
stomping on an apple pie,
interaction with your feet. Yeah, you making mashed potatoes with your feet.
All right, I'm going to try it.
There's no way.
All right, I'm going to start a feet-based OnlyFans. I'll do it as an experiment, and we'll see how much money I can raise in my feet-only OnlyFans to test the market for you. Then we'll bring in the heavy-hitting feet.
The P1s, though, they're just going to skew everything.
You don't think a P1 wants to pay to watch me stand in 2 baked potatoes with my feet?
Yeah, I think they would.
Well, congratulations to Drea De Matteo, an empowered woman doing empowered things in empowering ways.
She's not getting crazy Skrilla from her Sopranos deal?
Guess not.
Huh. That was modern day enough where I would think they would get pretty good residual deals. No?
Maybe she has an expensive house.
See, this would be a good one to look her up on.
Okay.
Celebrity net worth.
Well, it's not going to be much if she had to do this. It's going to be zero or something.
That's what I'm saying. If it may have her worth $50 million or something.
Okay.
She's really not.
One day I will have to make a panic OnlyFans.
Well, to your point, George.
Uh-oh.
It says she's worth $4 million.
And that just disappeared overnight?
Yeah, but if you have a cash flow problem, like she may have equity, let's say that house she has is $6 million, worth $6 million, and she's, she may have $4 million worth of equity in it. But still, if you can't make the monthly payments, you're going to get that taken away. Speaking of OnlyFans, there are many OnlyFans stars that are shamelessly bypassing Instagram's nudity policies by pretending to breastfeed baby dolls. So Instagram has a policy where you can't show nudity, but they have exceptions for breastfeeding, birth giving, and afterbirth moments that may show some up tops. So OnlyFans models, they want to use Instagram to promote their OnlyFans, and so they'll put on Instagram a beautiful set of rack, and they put a little fake baby doll up there, so they're showing breastfeeding.
Mommy!
And that pushes people to their OnlyFans from the widely viewed platform of Instagram.
Can you send me some examples?
Yeah, there's some good ones too. I mean, as a newsman,
yes, that's why I need it.
That these are very good photographs that will show this very despicable process. Dune Part 2 did really well at the box office. Have you seen Dune Part 1?
No.
Tried to, fell asleep.
Really?
Thumbs down.
And I love Ski-Fi.
I do too. This is very, very slow, though.
It had $81.5 million in domestic sales. Globally, $178.5 million. And big opening for Timothée Chalamet. What's the big deal about him?
Yeah, I don't know.
His hair, I guess. And does this sound alike? Okay, tell me what song this is. What song is that?
That's
Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce's song.
Texas Hold'em by Beyonce, right? I said Beyonce, didn't I?
Yeah, you kind of did.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no Hold'em.
Good song.
Lay your cards down, 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 down.
So some people are pointing out that it sounds like this. Or it reminds me of this.
Hey, it's Franklin. Coming over to play.
The Turtle?
Yeah, you remember the old Franklin kids TV show?
Every day.
There he is, Franklin. Think it sounds
similar,
like it's got a little bit of the same vibe. People are having fun with that.
By the way, George, did you see Casey Musgraves on SNL?
I did.
What happened?
Nothing. She did great. Played 2 songs. They were terrific.
She did. Her voice is gorgeous.
Yep.
Really beautiful.
But don't you wish she'd stop talking about...
Like twice in 15 years. That's not that big a deal.
It's been more than twice.
That's all you focus on.
About what? I just tuned
3 or
in.
4 times.
I just tuned in. What are you talking
One time
about?
she said she had diarrhea when she was on her bus, and another time she had some sort of Holder's problem or something. I don't know. That's all he focuses on.
Gosh.
She did perform.
That's how she started her performance on SNL.
No, it wasn't.
She put the mic down there.
I thought it was weird her performing in her bare feet.
Yeah.
She performed on that show naked, didn't she? You remember that? Many years ago?
Yes, and but she was behind. It was just her guitar in front of her.
It was her
right?
sitting on a stool, which she will talk about quite a bit.
So to
and
speak.
she was naked, but she had a guitar. She was playing a guitar, and she said that she was really nude when she performed. First time ever on SNL.
She's amazing.
And she
really
says that she
talented.
was nude just because she had had a horrible accident backstage and messed up most of her clothing. I think that was a sarcastic laugh.
It
I'm
was
going to
a
go out on a
sarcastic
limb.
laugh.
Emilio Estefan is 71 from Miami Sound Machine. He's married to Gloria Estefan.
Yep.
Catherine O'Hara, 70, from Home Alone
Funny.
and S Creek.
Funny.
Patricia Heaton, 66. Everybody loves Raymond. Jason Newsted, the Ticket's own Jason Newsted, is 61, former bassist of Metallica, who brought the Moss Brothers in studio, which is a little kid band that sang baseball songs.
We need to revisit the Moss Brothers.
And revisit Corby's fake Moss Brothers.
Yes. Hamburgers and
Shake, shaky, shake. Evan Dando, singer for the Lemonheads, 57. Jason Marcellus, the jazz drummer, 47. Jenna Boyd is 31, actor on Atypical. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, 63.
Killed a man in the ring.
Is that a drop?
Dooku Kim.
Yeah, that's so troubling. Kevin Johnson.
I was watching that fight live.
He didn't die in the ring, though, did he? He died at the hospital later?
He may have been declared dead on the way to the hospital.
Anyway, Kevin Johnson is 58. Robert Smith is 52.
The running back?
The former Vikings running back, not the Cure lead singer. Draymond Green, 34. Landon Donovan, 42. Nick Castellanos, 32.
I made a comment earlier tonight.
Michael Gallup, 28. And George Pickens is 23.
Okay.
Steelers wide receiver.
George.
All right, Gordo, thank you. That's Muse. Speaking of Jerry and the bus, the first question he got on the bus was about the judge ordering him last week to take a paternity test. Well, normally, if you're tuning in at this time at 8:40, you're tuning in for a funny bit. But not today, because we have a newsmaker who granted us an interview, an exclusive interview. So joining us now on the ticket hotline to talk about Jerry and that paternity test is Veruca Davis, the woman who claims that Jerry Jones is her father and who is behind this lawsuit. Good morning, Veruca. Thank you for the time.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Doing fine this morning. Doing fine.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you giving us the exclusive. What made you decide to break your silence now?
Well, let me start by saying that, and I want to be clear, that there are some things that I can't get into. Now, on the advice of my attorneys, I can't legally answer whether or not I think that Gerald Wayne Jones is my father. Now, and I'm here to talk about the lawsuit and the impact that it's having on my Jan 6 inspired Instagram account. And now I'm not being trite. I'm smiling when I say that. But the only way to tell if he's my father is by him taking an paternity test, and that's what we're trying to do now.
Yeah, the paternity test. So how long do you think this has been going on for a while? How long do you think this is going to take?
Well, we're looking at that, and we are. And it's very sensitive, but it isn't, and we do. But I think that the sooner that my Arkansas bio daddy, that's what I call him, Arkansas bio daddy gets in a room with a Dixie cup and a picture of my mom wearing a stewardess jacket and crotchless Razorback panties, the sooner we can get this lawsuit out.
Well, you know, Veruca, some people think that you're just doing this for the money.
I'm not. I'm not, and I'm not doing this for the money. And I'm smiling when I say it, but I'm serious, and I mean it, and I'm trite. I mean, what is money anyway? I'm asking seriously, what is money? I'm not being trite. I'm full of positivity.
It's our currency. It's how we pay for things, and gives you security.
Now, I'm not saying that I want to be non-disowned from the $10 billion fortune that Gerald Wayne Jones has amassed by putting out a mediocre product without the sizzle. But I'm also not an idiot, so I'll tell you straight up, Musers, that that's your name, right? That's the name of the show?
Musers, yes.
Musers, okay. I'll tell you straight up. I want me some glory hole.
All right, hold on.
I want me some glory hole, just like my daddy 27 years ago did at Little Rock Hartsfield International Airport. I want me some damn glory hole.
All right. Okay. This is Veruca with us here on the ticket. So, what do you think the results of the paternity test will be? Do you know that Jerry is your father?
I refuse to answer that.
Well, why wouldn't you answer it? I mean, don't you think you kind of owe it to us?
Did you like those 3 previous answers I gave you?
Well, yeah.
Did you like those 3 previous? I hope you did. I hope you did very much.
Well, we did.
No, shut up. Let me say this.
Okay.
The day I answer that question is the day I'm no longer doing this interview. All right? That's the deal I made with you from the very beginning of this interview. Okay. I wasn't going to answer that question. Now, listen. Now, I'm going to get off this phone and I'm going to go focus on the socks and jocks of this lawsuit, because that's how involved I am with this lawsuit. Socks and jocks.
Okay.
Now, I'm determined that this lawsuit, I'm going to win, and I'm going to be listed in that obituary when Jerry dies here in a year or two. You know, in my mind, we have some blockbuster evidence in this case. Because, look, what he did, Gerald Wayne Jones did to my mom all those years ago.
Oh, my gosh.
Was not only degrading and baby making, but it was also filmed by Rich Dalrymple. We're going to introduce
Okay,
him.
no,
that's
come
an-
on.
All right.
Evidence, we're going to win.
I don't think this is the
We're gonna
real.
win. Good morning to you.
Okay, good morning. I think we were duped there. I don't.
Just listening to her, do they even need the paternity test?
Yeah, a lot of similarities there. That's amazing.
One fertility doctor related story that I forgot to include. Well, we were hearing from P1 Jason got the old snip, the vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife's mother works at the doctor's office.
Gotta
And
go somewhere else.
he had to hand the sample to his mother-in-law.
Couldn't she have taken a personal day that day?
Oh, so y'all don't think it's hot? Okay, all right. I misjudged
Well,
that
it's
story.
not.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's
I'm
very
so sorry.
uncomfortable.
Him bringing in his brown paper bag,
No. You'd have to.
his sack lunch of fun. It's all stained, the bag.
All right.
Obviously spillage.
Obviously.
Okay, you guys have gone through it before. Do you...
Well, he's really fascinated with this topic.
Well, because it just now occurred to me that I really don't know the container that they're giving you. Is it a Petri dish? Is it a test tube?
No, it's a little small plastic
like a
cup.
Yeah.
That has a lid?
Yes, yeah.
But does it look like a dedicated tight
looks
cup?
very
Is it
official.
It's specialized?
It looked very official.
Does it say sperm on the side of it?
You know, when we go
Caution sperm?
No.
Gordo, you and I have the same doctor. When we go there and we give him a urine sample, same cup.
Okay. So
One cup.
So 2 substances, 1 cup. All right. But you just put like a plastic coffee cup lid on top of that.
Yeah. Maybe there's a screw top lid.
See, I disagree with George's assessment that it's very official.
It seemed
that
pretty
cup
official.
does not seem that official to me.
It seemed official, very generic. And I don't think it... Was it a screw top or did he just like... snap on?
It was something very secure.
Yeah, very.
All right. Well,
Very
the ones
official.
at that doctor's office are not that secure.
Yeah, that's why I think this lid may have been a screw-on. That may have been the
Maybe
only
it was,
difference.
yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's not a plastic cup. Then
You can have a plastic cup
I mean,
with
it's
a
not.
screw-on.
It's not the kind of at our doctor's office that specimen cup for urine
Let's see if I can find a picture of one.
is like a wax paper cup.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. It is. It's this is more of a plastic, like
Yes.
a clear plastic cup.
Yeah.
They make it clear.
I think they
We
make
need
it
to
clear.
be hiding the
No.
evil.
Mine was off
Oh
white.
yeah, I think it was clear.
George remembers his exactly because he had to stare at it for a full 3.5 minutes.
Hey.
You know what it was? It was
Stop.
it was clear, but they but then you put it in a brown paper bag, and that's how you deliver it.
Right.
I wonder why they do that. Why do they make it clear?
Yeah, see, it's like that.
Just to hide it a little
And that's
bit.
a screw-on.
See how official that is?
See, that's very official.
It's not that
You're not going
official.
to get that confused
It's
with
a clear
Tupperware or
plastic cup
anything.
with a screw-on top.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You mentioned this yesterweek, Craig. The aborted execution that happened in Idaho. I
Yes.
finally read up on that. It was supposed to be the first execution in Idaho in 12 years. And they couldn't find a vein on this dude. And it, like after 8 tries, they could not find a place to put the IV in him. And so he was taken back to his cell. And of course, his death warrant expires, and they got to redo all that, file the paperwork again. I don't know whether they can do it online or not, the forms. But he was the longest, or is the longest serving inmate on Idaho's death row. He was sentenced to death after pleading guilty to the murder of another inmate in 1981. Now, at the time he killed this fellow inmate, he was serving 4 life sentences. He has also been convicted of an additional 4 murders, and they've established that he's killed an additional 6 victims, and he's admitted to killing upwards of 40 people.
Damn.
Whoa.
Executions in Idaho, very rare. Since 1976, the state has only carried out 3 state-sponsored killings. What do you call them? Executions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very rare up in Idaho. And I would think that's a place that feels very frontier justice up there. I would think they would have more executions than they have. But Idaho also allows for firing squads.
Damn.
Whoa.
They passed a law, I think it was just last year, that allowed for firing squads as a means of execution if the drugs were unavailable, because there's been all this shortage of inmate killing drugs.
I thought you were going to say didn't work, and then all of a sudden they just opened fire.
Well, the thing is, they say that they can't do a firing squad there because they lack the facilities. How is that possible?
Just take them out back.
Well, I don't know about that. But they have gun ranges there, don't they? Like indoor gun ranges. Can't you just set up the folding chair and the card table in front of him and give him a bad poker hand, and then
the bull comes
act out like you just lost to him, or whatever? Yeah. What? Release a bull in there.
Gordon,
a blindfold and a cigarette.
Gordon, you're our show's ghoul.
I'm not a ghoul. I'm trying to report on something very serious.
Would that be a good death?
Firing squad?
Yeah. Is it quick? Or do you have a couple seconds?
I think you get a couple seconds.
After the heart? They shoot the heart, right?
Yeah, they shoot the heart, which I guess I don't understand that either. Because for the quickest death, isn't it?
That's if they were to blame. You would do that.
Stop the music. So this is a Bon Jovi reference. For those who are wanting to score this at home, mark down Bon
score it
Jovi.
as a point for Ja. 3-pointer.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Because apparently this inmate gave love a bad name.
Bill Nail.
Ja.
I'm noticing something with Ja. I think you're like in the NBA, you're a garbage time 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Because the 9 o'clock hours are garbage time.
Yeah.
And you just start jacking them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you make them.
Yeah. Sometimes they go in.
It's spectacular.
I think this is where we got which we moved.
Yes, right.
Yep. And that was a good one. You
that
sank
was like
that
half court.
The shot through the heart one, that clanked off the backboard and went back into the stands.
Yeah, they don't all go in.
So, anyway, so they may end up trying to do firing squad on this guy. What happened to the gas chamber? You remember when that was a thing? And now you never hear about the gas chamber.
Yeah.
Like even the Alabama dude who they just tried to kill with nitrogen, they didn't have a gas chamber. They strapped a fighter pilot mask on his face.
They tried to kill him with a CPAP machine.
Yeah, and it took like over 3 days.
3 days.
Or something like that.
So back to my question for you. They shoot the heart.
Yes.
And then is he alive for 2 more seconds or no seconds or 5 seconds? What do you think?
I think you're gone in 5 seconds.
That's a long 5 seconds.
Now, this is an AM radio guy just guessing, so...
Okay, I'll Google.
Don't put me on your expert witness list.
How long are you alive after a firing squad does their business?
I don't know, you need
does
that.
their business.
You asking Jeeves?
3 days, that's not right.
All right. Come on. Anyway.
All right, I'll look this up.
Yeah.
Do you have the Idaho story?
Yeah, I just did it, Craig.
Wow,
Justin
Fox 4 got Tiger this morning.
What?
That is not even close to Tiger. See?
This
garbage
is such
time.
a garbage time job.
That was a little lame. That was a putback.
Garbage time job. Justin says...
Rain dance!
Worst backboard ever. Justin says, your Huntsville execution story the other morning prompted me to say that I just watched God Save Texas on HBO. Episode 1 is a very moving story about Huntsville, Texas, and the impact the prison system and the death penalty has had on the community, employees, and families of inmates and corrections officers. Very moving content will give you pause and make you think about life and the bigger picture. I always wondered that about towns like Huntsville, because when somebody has to say that they're from Huntsville, that's the thing everyone knows about Huntsville.
Yeah.
Is the prison.
Or that first trip we took to Huntsville, and you look at that wall, knowing the death row's right behind there. It's really creepy.
Will we see the death penalty done away with in our lifetime in America?
It will eventually be done away with. I don't know about our lifetime, now that it's getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah. I was talking about a huge window there.
You guys depress me.
Gosh, I'm reading. This is awful.
What?
This article in the USA Today about death by firing squad says it's almost always gruesome. The condemned dies from...
Oh, my God.
Dang.
What's...
Your reaction made me laugh. I'm not laughing at this. This is a very sensitive subject.
Okay.
My reaction came after
Very
you
sensitive.
laughed.
No, it didn't. The condemned dies from blood loss and loss of consciousness. Even when the people in the firing squad hit their target as intended, it may take a couple of minutes for the condemned to die, and sometimes much longer. That's a professor that said that.
That's inhumane. Inhumanity. That's wrong.
Terrible.
Yeah. You know the thing they do with firing squads, right? The little trick, the psychological thing they do for the guys that are firing at them.
Oh, the one shooting the blank or something?
Yeah. How many gunmen do they put on if they do that?
6,
the last one was Gary Gilmore, I think in Utah.
Think so.
Executioner song.
Listen to him acting like, hey, I really
I mean, is that
remember.
it? Is that it? I mean, I
knows
don't know.
the name
It's
and the state.
I haven't extensively read up
played
on
by
it.
Tommy Lee Jones, about the book by Norman Mailer that I've read and watched a million times.
Sounds awful.
Because you can't just have 2 gunmen. Do they have like 28 gunmen? Or can you not recruit that many guys?
Gunmen. I think it's 6.
I think it varies by state on the population of the state. I think you have to have the same number of gunmen you have congressmen.
Oh, here it is. Typically, the condemned is hooded, strapped to a chair.
Why do we want to make it even more creepy?
A white cloth is pinned over the heart. 5 or sometimes 8 shooters line up.
Only those 2 figures. There's no 6 and 7.
Right, with between 1 and 3 of them firing blanks. And they all shoot simultaneously aiming at the heart. Ugh.
What if
Awful.
one guy has the blank and then say the other 4 think, I'm going to miss on purpose. And they
just
all
wing his
fire
ear.
and there's nothing.
Why do they do the hood? Just to psychologically protect the shooters?
I don't know.
To where they can think,
Yeah, probably.
It's probably just a scarecrow. Probably tricking us.
Awful. Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Nearly half of young men don't know where the woman's glitter button is. I don't know how to soften it. I know how to make it harder to say.
If I do take a lot of crazy shots in the 9 o'clock hour, it's trying to counterbalance what's going on.
I get it.
I'm joining you in garbage time right now. 4 in 10 young men hold wildly inaccurate beliefs about the female anatomy, according to this new study. Yes. And they assume that glidorius is inside the body. Half of the men did not know that most women do not organism during Grinnergorse. 40% of young men incorrectly identified that most special of human areas as being inside the body and had no idea where it really was.
Is that because we don't do sex ed anymore in school?
Do we not do it at all?
I don't know.
I thought now, I mean, in states like Texas, we teach them that when a man and a woman love each other a whole bunch, Jesus comes down and touches the woman on the forehead, and then a baby's born a day later.
Or the boxcar theory. Some hear that.
That's what they teach in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Here's a good question. Do parents today give the birds and bees talk more than they did back in the day?
I think they just pull up an X-hamster video.
Or does
no one knows what that is.
Or has that not changed throughout the years with parents? They just all try to avoid it.
I think they try to kick the can down the road until it becomes obvious the kids heard something, and then you back out of the whole deal and just say, I don't have to say anything now. But I
would like to think it's better now, but it may not be.
Your parents didn't give you the talk, George?
No, of course not.
I didn't get it either.
Really?
Nope.
So you guys still don't know?
Have no idea.
We should meet after the show. I'll tell you guys some things.
I'm not going to learn it from you.
That are pretty interesting.
Can you imagine learning it from him?
No.
Touch the V. That's when Norm took me aside to tell me.
No, it's not.
Is that why you didn't have a kid till you were in your 50s, Junior?
Yeah, because he just now figured it out.
Yeah.
He was doing it so wrong before.
Can you imagine Gordo's sex ed class?
It would be great. I'll lead a sex ed class on my OnlyFans that I'm about to start.
There'll be lots of references to grabbing the ankles.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay. Jeez.
Lots of unnecessary stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let it ride! God. Okay, that's the end.
Right. Okay, thank you. That's the corner.
Get the Steak Podcast at patreon.com/sportsgreek.
Once again, The Ticket presents Why Today Doesn't Suck.
It's somebody's birthday today. It's somebody's birthday today.
And now, here are your hosts, Sean Bass and David Mino.
Hey, the sweet spot, you're on air.
Oh, here we are. We're just watching baseball.
That's good to know.
It's the sweet spot at spring training in Surprise, Arizona. There's baseball going on in front of us. Sean Bass, David Mino.
Simeon's homered.
He did. We saw it go yard. And at 2:59, in for Ham, it's EA Sports.
Whoa.
Hey guys, it's Why Today Doesn't Suck, and it's brought to you by ETs and GimmeTheVin.com, and here's Monty.
Thank you so much, EA.
How long were we on the air before we knew? Because that's a very important question.
You're fine.
Okay, good.
You'll get to stay out there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We're just doing play-by-play.
Yeah, no worries, bro. All right, we say
F-bombs.
Hello to the hard line, who are here like a bunch of schlubs, just hanging out in studio. Corby Davidson, Bob Sturm, and Davey Lane. Hello, Hardline.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
You guys sound good out there.
Hey, guys.
We're having a great time.
It sounds like it.
Brings back a lot of memories for me.
I'm sure it does.
Hey, guys.
Hey, a lot of memories, I bet, right, Corby?
And memories.
Yeah. Just steer clear of the wives and girlfriends section.
Yeah. We thought about sending Killer out with the wireless, but we thought,
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Why is Alex Gordon always here? What's he doing?
Right?
He never leaves.
Thought he retired.
He just lives here.
There is no feeling in the world like sitting here on remote, talking baseball with your bros, and then out of nowhere you hear the Why Today Doesn't Suck theme loud in your headphones. It's so jarring.
It is pretty surreal.
Like, oh my gosh, okay, I guess we're on the air.
Yeah, we're partying.
Hey, EA.
Is Ham okay?
We don't know.
He ran
keep
out
him
of
in
here.
your thoughts.
He ate a bad French fry.
Yeah.
I don't buy
grabbing
that.
at his backside.
French fry, a potato does not make you throw up. Like, you could eat a raw potato and be fine.
Yeah, but most of us can eat a vitamin and be okay.
Yeah.
Ham's a different person.
I think it's Flintstone and
how do French fries go bad?
Maybe he's pregnant.
You can eat a green
potato. That's actually...
Bob brought that up, and would it surprise you if Ham was the first male to actually be pregnant?
He's a real-life junior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me at all.
And we would not, like, of course we wouldn't believe it because it can't happen.
Right.
We would just think that this is the weirdest Ham bit of all time.
Where's he going with
and he's telling her, hey, just don't tell anybody. We haven't told the parents yet.
He's at an
Just keep
IVF
it to yourself.
clinic every day before the show.
Oh, God, I knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
The baby comes out addicted to chicken.
Whoa.
You gotta wean it.
I can't wait for Ham to have
I was
kids.
wondering where that was going, too.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for a little baby Ham. It's going to happen.
Man.
4 times he's thrown up today, though. 4.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What's his record?
I would guess 10.
He told me earlier that he's thrown up more like in the last month than his whole life combined.
He should probably go to the doctor
like,
because
yeah,
I remember
I think
he was
you would
sick a couple
tapeworm or
weeks ago.
Maybe he's allergic to chicken.
Oh, and his body just
Oh, my
betrayed him like
gosh.
that.
That would be so great.
I feel awful, but that would be hilarious.
That would be awesome.
I think he would power through and just keep vomiting.
Just build up a tolerance.
He just needs to employ Corby's willpower and just choke it down.
Yeah,
Right.
just don't do it.
Just don't ever vomit.
That'd be like Rod Stewart being, you know...
Oh, no.
Swerving.
Oh, no.
Bail out, bail out, bail out.
Dragon. All right, well, today is Monday, March the 4th, the 64th day of 2024. 302 days left in the year. On this date in 1789, the Constitution of the United States went into effect as the first federal Congress met in New York.
The Constitution!
No one's read it. Especially
The
old
Nazis.
Obama.
And they were like, this is set in stone for forever. Never changes.
No,
Nothing will change.
For all times.
Yes.
Until...
You can't change the Constitution!
That's a Constitution.
On this date in 1941, Lando,
Don't
Prince
do it.
Paul, Prince Regent of Yugoslavia, meets with Adolf Hitler in Bavaria,
The Nazis.
where he rejects a deal to allow Nazis access into Greece.
What do you think about that, Lando?
Lando, your take.
Just horrible. It's just bad.
Oh.
Dang it. Pukey Ham can't play greatness.
So you thought
EA might have it.
cooperative with the
No, we
Nazis.
tried. It was a last second deal here.
Oh, really?
We're working on the fly.
Games
It's hard to
moving fast.
find. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
This
The
thing
Kings
is
will
going
strike
to
out.
ditch, boys.
Crap.
They go down swinging.
Yuri Rodriguez gave up a 2-run bomb with 2 outs.
Oh, no. We're going to lose a spring training game. What will we ever do?
Let's just go home.
Just ruins the entire day.
Tear this thing
Maybe
down.
the entire week.
Randy
Maybe you need to show him your
Orsolani.
back to.
What if they
Did you
do
just play
tear
or
it
drop
all
EA?
down? They just trade Wyatt Langford.
What just happened?
What drop did EA
He just
play?
played his own Randy Arozarena drop
Randy Orsolani. You're playing drops of yourself?
of a completely unrelated ball player.
Yeah. He's not playing for the Angels or the Rangers.
Yeah, search Lando. We need Lando.
Search
drops.
not... Oh, my God. Not again. No way. Oh, that's good.
All right,
Catch
on
the
this date in 1960,
not
Lucille
play-by-play,
Ball
no.
filed for divorce from Desi Arnaz.
Really? I didn't even know they got... I thought they stayed together forever. Had no
Can you
clue they got
imagine
divorced.
living with her forever.
Who got all the cigarettes in the
Yeah, I know.
divorce?
Who went first?
Brody Jr.
Her or him?
Him.
Him.
Norse.
All right.
Norse.
Gosh, you can see through these white pants.
Did she sue for his right bongo?
Arnaz.
In 1966, John Lennon of the Beatles was quoted in the London Evening Standard as saying,
Jesus.
"We're more popular than Jesus now," a comment that caused an angry backlash in the U.S.
Oh, John, what'd you say that for, baby boo?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's a drag.
Oh, that's me, mate.
In 1969, London East End gang bosses twins Ronnie and Reggie Cray found guilty of murder. Both would die in captivity. They were depicted by Tom Hardy in the movie Legend.
Legend.
That's what Ty was talking about.
Greatness.
Yeah. In 1974, People magazine launched.
Gross.
I've launched on People magazine.
Okay.
How do you think?
I mean, when you're in a pinch,
Yeah.
There he is.
Sexiest man issue never fails.
How do you think Desi Arnaz died?
Drive-by.
choking on vomit.
Tied to train tracks.
Lung cancer.
Yeah, drove his car off.
Yeah, I
the
like
Grand
the train
Canyon.
tracks.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Apparently, it says Arnaz was a regular smoker and often smoked cigarettes on the set of I Love Lucy. He then smoked cigars until he was in his 60s. He was diagnosed with lung cancer and died.
Sounds like a guy that knows how to have a good time.
Yeah, those cigarillos will get you.
He
Guy doing what he loved.
Not Lucille.
He probably brought cigarette live spots to
No
television.
doubt. There is no doubt.
This tobacco is toasted for your pleasure.
I want the hard line to start doing
Not have that
cigarette
option.
live spots.
I would love to do cigarette live
Hey,
spots.
Corby here.
Chesterfields are
You
awesome.
need a drag, man. Life being a drag, take a drag.
They'd have one lit up, and he's just kind of holding it and taking a puff, and then telling you need one.
You look a lot cooler with a Winston.
All the little kids watching immediately went to the drugstore
Got the little candy ones.
and bought
Smoking.
My
cigarettes.
dad's
Cool.
still at it 70 years later.
Oh,
Did you like
ooh.
On this date in 1998, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that sexual harassment at work can be illegal even when the offender and victim are of the same gender.
I'm not buying it.
So
That's-
until 1998, you could just walk up and grab another dude right by the wiener. He was SOL. Sorry, bro.
Or, yeah, go to HR with this.
That's mine now.
What a bitch.
I used to get so much more
Did you
ass
like
in
it?
those days.
Yeah, when you could just harass all your coworkers, your male ones.
Snatch?
Oh, no, Bob. It's your
I guess a couple ladies.
male coworker.
EA's having fun.
In 2005, billionaire mogul Marcia Stewart released from a federal prison near West Virginia
Michael Jordan now?
after serving 5 months for lying about her sale of a stock in 2001. After her televised exit from prison, she flew on a charter jet to a nearby airport in New York, where she would serve out her remaining 5-month home confinement on her 153-acre New York estate. Just a real tough go of it there.
Respect.
She got
for
extra
Martha.
innings.
Yeah.
Then she called the Puppy Bowl with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, got center ice.
Just sat there and watched baseball.
Not all of them.
The entire sentence.
Kept score all summer.
This is the best.
In 2012, Vladimir Putin scored a decisive victory in Russia's presidential election to return to the Kremlin and extend his hold on power. That all worked out great. And in 2017,
Zipper gonna be here.
President Donald Trump accused former President Barack Obama not of not reading the Constitution, but of tapping his telephones during the 2016 election.
New drapes again.
Big water.
It was a
ocean
simpler
water.
time.
Yeah.
When he was just, calling out Jeb Bush.
Just like the last
Ted
election, we have
Cruz.
to redo the.
Just tweeting about Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Before that, it was, just Rosie O'Donnell calling her a fat pig. Times are a lot simpler.
It's a high sky out here.
It is.
David.
All right, P1 birthdays today.
It's very high.
P1 Michael says, wish a happy birthday to his coworker Riley, who is turning 38. They're both huge P1s. He would like to hear Corby tell us how native he is. So if EA can't find it, maybe we'll get a new one.
Yeah.
And Tess left a voicemail saying she wanted to wish her boyfriend Dex a happy birthday.
Dex.
Tess
Happy
and
birthday,
Dex.
Dex. Yeah, dude, they're probably just doing it all the time.
Yeah.
That's how that happens. All right, birthdays today. Turning 74, Rick Perry of Texas and Dancing with the Stars.
Oops.
Standing with the stars.
Adios, mofo.
Daddy with the dart.
Emilio Estefan, 71 of the Miami
Emilio!
Sound.
Emilio! And he turns like this.
That's Estevez,
Yeah.
not Estefan. Catherine O'Hara is 70. That's Kevin's mom in Home Alone.
Okay.
And she is in a top 5 comedy show of all time, Schitt's Creek.
Hell yeah.
Not even comedy, I would say.
SCTV.
Just any show in general.
SCTV was great.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yep.
Turning 67 today, Mykelti Williamson. That's Bubba from Forrest Gump. He was also in Con Air and Justified.
Is it McKelty or Michael T?
Is it Michael T? I don't know. It's spelled.
I've always
both
heard it
ways.
that way, but maybe you're right.
I would
Maybe I've been
defer to
hearing it
you.
wrong. Well, I wouldn't,
Run.com.
because he was in a couple other shows we liked.
I will
which
defer to
can't
Mykelti.
remember.
Cheeseburger.
Patricia Heaton, 66.
Patty Heaton.
Okay.
Pretty hot in Raymond.
Yeah.
Giant ears, but you can work it around that.
One of, 10 CBS shows
Cleveland.
from back in the day that featured incredibly average-looking men with women that were 10 times hotter.
You might be treading on
Justin?
sacred ground here with
I built a
Monty,
whole
so-
personality around it.
Oh, yeah.
And she would have a hard time drowning at sea. She would be buoyed for a while.
I like to read.
What do you mean by that?
It means she has huge knockers, Bob.
Oh.
Yeah. That perhaps were implanted. Jason Newstead, 61.
That's the hardline zone.
Hardline zone.
Bases.
Stephen Weber, the actor,
Dookie in my
63.
pants.
Didn't he pick baseball games with you guys for a season?
No. Baseball games?
Yeah, y'all didn't pick all 162?
Mariners at A's.
Every single day.
Newstead.
All right. Well, today's the last day of a 3-game series.
Phillies and Marlins. All right.
Orioles, Nats,
Okay.
battle of the
Hey,
Beltway.
Take the under.
Right.
I guess I'll take the
All
Marlins.
162 for all teams, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm worth 2 Native Americans minus
there it is.
minus the alcoholism.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I like it.
Destroy. Yes.
You build it up.
Give yourself
Yeah.
applause.
The esteemed Corby native formula.
Give yourself a point.
So he found it.
You even told me right before, hey, I found it.
Now find Dookie in my
Awesome.
pants.
Right there.
Yeah,
Dookie,
close.
dookie.
Look up
Dookie.
some Norm edited drops. Maybe we can.
No.
post
All the ones that
He
say
doesn't.
not for air.
Those are hidden. There are 2 people in the world that know where those are.
Yeah,
Dave
just-
Pilkey, author of Captain Underpants 58,
Just search
Genius.
not for air. That'll be perfect.
is genius.
What does Norm have in his underpants?
Evan Dando of the Lemonheads 57, Patrick Roach, who is Randy from the Trailer Park Boys.
I had what you would call
55.
sleeping
with a 17-year-old.
Sports birthdays today.
More people need to watch Trailer Park Boys.
It's a good show.
It's awesome.
It's what we
Ray,
need right now.
Ray
Yeah.
Boom Boom Mancini 63,
Kill or be killed.
Kevin Johnson 58, Jay Gruden 57,
Jay Gruden.
Adrian Wojnarowski 55, Robert Smith,
Woj.
the
Why do they
running
call
back.
him Woj?
Dave.
A Waj bomb.
No, not of the Cure.
Waj bomb?
He played for which football team, Bob?
Ohio State.
Which NFL team?
The
Minnesota.
If you were not a fan of them, what would you call them?
It's like we're playing $25,000.
I know, but I keep beating you.
It's the Vikings.
There it
Whoa!
is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, what a pansy.
I always think it's fun to imagine the Robert Smith swapping, and he's the lead singer for The
He's
Cure.
wanting the Cure.
He's got to
And the
do
lead
Friday I'm
singer
in
of The
Love.
Cure is actually trying to hit Inside Zone.
All right, Landon Donovan, 42,
And
former
pick up
Maverick.
blitzes.
That'd be the worst
Gal
idea.
Meckel, 36. Draymond is
I don't know. I
34.
heard he had a pretty good jump
I've
cut.
met Gal Meckel.
Nick Castellanos, 32. Michael
I don't know
Gallup,
if I'm gonna be
28.
putting
Matisse
on these
Steibel, 27. And
headphones
Obi
again.
Toppin is 26.
Maverick Matisse Steibel.
Born on this day now dead, Bobby Christina Brown.
Wow, Mike Evans got 26 a year, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Well,
worth
I would
it.
say
35
RIP
guaranteed.
to Bobby Christina Brown. And down the Stay Still Dead, Luke Perry and John Candy.
Oh,
The great John Candy.
Who once
Again, that's
flicked
CTV.
a quarter to a principal to get a rat to gnaw the mole off.
Go downtown and have a rat gnaw that thing off.
And that's why today doesn't suck.
Did Luke Perry die when they walled him up in Oz?
He wasn't that method.
Shut it down!
Thanks, EA.
Bye, Justin. Bye, EA.
Bye, David.
Hello, Arizona.
Buy all of Ham's food from this morning.
Broadcasting live from the TXU Energy Mothership.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Dave.
Gen X Davey.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There he is.
So, Dennis Villanueva and Timothy Chalamet have arrived on a giant sandworm to save movie theaters as Dune Part 2 opened to $81.5 million.
Is that good?
It is the biggest opening weekend of the year and the largest since the Eras tour opened in October.
Era.
$93 million for Taylor Swift on that first weekend.
Star Wars did better.
It did.
And at the international box office, it did even better, $97 million. So the global tally so far, 178.
Maybe go watch Star Wars.
And 94% on Rotten Tomatoes and
Who's
an
this?
A cinema score.
A, huh?
Yeah, people like it. I'm interested, but I don't remember anything that happened in Dune 1, so I'm going to have to rewatch
Didn't it just
that.
come out a couple years ago?
Yeah,
You've
it came
already
out
forgotten?
in 2021.
Oh, okay, that's Pandy. Yeah, you had brain fog.
Yeah, I don't remember because I got the jab, so it's all a blur in that time.
I told you to watch out for that.
We warned you about the jab, man.
Speaking of Star Wars, as
oh no, there's the jab right there.
Corby just can't allow any kind of space fantasy to exist outside of the Star Wars universe.
That's right.
We have lost a good one. We have lost Mark Dodson. Does that ring a bell?
Is that the guy that produced Family Feud?
No, that's Mark Goodson.
Oh. I'm glad you got that joke.
What a great poll there, Dave.
All right, see if you recognize his voice.
Is he that guy, or is he Jabba?
No, he's Salacious Crumb. He is Jabba's little pet.
Oh, okay. Salacious Crumb.
Yeah.
Bob knew that right away. Oh, I definitely know his name.
Very Mutton Jeff.
Yeah, so this was his big break as he played Salacious Crumb in Return of the Jedi.
That was his big break?
Yeah. And so he said that he initially had auditioned.
Better than you, dude.
Whatever.
He had initially auditioned for Admiral Akbar.
Same.
That's the guy that talked like this.
Yeah, but
It's a trap.
he said he messed up his audition and he used a silly voice that caught the casting director's attention, and so he was cast as Salacious Crumb instead.
Wait, who just made that noise?
So all he did was laugh?
Yeah, I guess.
Again,
I don't know.
That's his big break?
And
what
then-
did he propel that to?
Okay, so then he does Salacious Crumb.
He married Sydney Sweeney?
The guys who do the puppeteering for Salacious Crumb, they get hired on to do Gremlins, and he gets cast as the Mogwai in Gremlins.
Absolutely the same laugh, right?
Yeah. So,
golly,
yeah,
I
he was
forgot
he was a big voiceover guy,
right? So all he did was laugh.
Yes, pretty much.
He got paid,
but he's dead at the age of 64.
Oh yeah, he's dead, Bob.
Yeah.
We forgot
So
about that.
laughing did
64?
not make him immortal.
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Oh,
So-
way to go, Lando.
Yeah, sorry about that to his family.
So yeah.
Speaking of deads, I don't know if you caught the most recent episode of Curb, but they did open with a title card in memory of Richard Lewis, 1947-2024, with
They
a
definitely
photo
did.
of his beautiful mug.
I did not watch Curb last night. We opted instead to watch John Mulaney's stand-up special.
I did.
You know,
ask me anything.
Good?
Yeah, it's great.
Is Richard Lewis in it?
Yes. And that was a weird experience.
Was he alive?
I know. It made me sad. I was watching the one that we played sound from, where they're talking about the will and stuff. And I couldn't watch it. I had to. It was making me too verklempt, and I had to pause and watch the next day.
Yeah, the Fresh episode is definitely Curb in all of its glory, but the scenes with Richard Lewis, you are evaluating how well he's doing at a particularly closer range.
Yeah.
Just because you know how it ends.
Yeah, and evidently last spring, right after they finished shooting this season, is when his health really took a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't look great last night. I'm just going to say an obvious thing.
Okay.
It's just.
I mean,
weird.
why not you try acting with Parkinson's, Bob?
No, absolutely. It's a great accomplishment, and I'm very pleased that they didn't do what I thought network TV would do, which is either not show the episodes or edit him out of them, or
how are you going to do that?
No, I think they handled it very, very well, and maybe you're right. Maybe every show would have done it this way, but I was just happy to see that the season will be shown as planned.
If they were going to do another season, which they're not, it's already been said this is the last season.
Right?
Would they have cast a new Richard Lewis? Like
right.
Ray Liotta or something like that.
Well, he's also dead.
That's tough.
Richard
on
Dawson,
one today.
maybe. It's this Tim Hardaway thing has.
I have a
bad.
few.
It's terrible.
A few TV quick hits that I want to get out there without commentary. Really, just if you're a true crime person, maybe you'll be interested in this. As Dick Wolf, who of course is the Law and Order OG, he is signed to do some docuseries on Netflix, Homicide New York and Homicide Los Angeles. So taking his Dick Wolf touch to true crime on Netflix.
I don't like the way he says his first name. He's
I feel like the
excited.
story was included for one reason.
Yeah. You're too
I don't
excited.
know what you're talking about.
We need to go back and revisit the...
Do you like the Dick Wolf touch?
We need to go back and revisit the John Wayne Bobbitt, Lorena Bobbitt segment.
We really
because
do.
His head was going exploding during the segment.
Yes.
Not only was it a penis,
We forgot to give him his medication before the segment.
Yeah.
it was removed.
You should have given me my fentanyl before the penis story. And also, speaking of penises, they are rebooting Baywatch again.
What?
It's going to be on Fox. So the original went from 89 to 99. Then it was retooled as Baywatch Hawaii from 99 to 2001. And then they did that movie in 2017 with The Rock and Zac Efron. But this is back to TV, a 1-hour drama on Fox. So whole new generation of lifeguards. And
who's going to watch that?
No one.
Me.
And Kumail Nanjiani has also joined Only Murders in the Building. Can you imagine this
Dinesh,
cast?
you mean?
Yeah, Dinesh. So Eugene Levy, Yvonne Longoria, Molly Shannon, Meryl Streep,
Did you
Dinesh,
say
Steve
Yvonne Longoria? Like
Ava Longoria.
like
sorry.
she's the second baseman for the Orioles?
Yeah. All right. Once again, all right, here's the list of artists that are mad at Trump for playing their songs at his rallies. Are you ready?
So this is total. You got to respect him. This is shoot first, ask questions later. Just rapid fire, play whatever, and then wait for the cease and desist.
Like, what's the incentive not to? Because it's like free news stories that actually ties you to people that you upset. Like, I don't see any downside to using whatever music you want at your political rally.
But these people do have to reach out and say, I'd rather you not.
Which is a news story, which gets you publicity as a political candidate.
All right, Dave,
okay,
go ahead.
so Adele, Aerosmith.
Not that Trump's short of it.
The Beatles, Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, Guns N' Roses, Leonard Cohen, Linkin Park, Johnny Marr of the Smiths, Neil Young, Nickelback, Ozzy, Panic at the Disco, Pharrell Williams, Phil Collins, Prince, Queen, R.E.M., Rihanna, The Rolling Stones, Tom Petty, Village People, and the White Stripes.
The Village People?
Yeah, because he was playing YMCA. That was
What was he promoting?
it was just his dance number.
Oh.
Are you doing his dance number right now?
Okay. Who's alive from the Village People? Figured they would have got wiped out decades ago.
Wiped out by what?
Well, they were so young and they got old.
Yeah. Huh.
Who's got AIDS?
No, the latest artist is the estate of Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, no.
As
and she joins us now.
Her family issued a statement saying, throughout her life, it is well known that Sinead O'Connor lived by a fierce moral code, defined by honesty, kindness, fairness, and decency toward her fellow human beings. It was with outrage, therefore, that we learned that Donald Trump has been using her iconic performance of Nothing Compares to You at his political rallies. It's no exaggeration to say that Sinead would have been disgusted, hurt, and insulted to have her work misrepresented in this way by someone who she herself referred to as a biblical devil.
Mm-hmm. Here she is commenting.
He should just do
like
Mandinka, because no one would care.
Sounds like coastal elites to me.
Yeah.
If you happen to miss out on
wokesters,
You have a beautiful voice, Dave.
Thank you.
Rednecks.
If you happen to miss out on U2 at the Sphere, which we didn't. I mean,
No, we were there.
we are globetrotting music fans, and
We'll go anywhere.
We went and saw them at the Sphere, but they had their final shows over the weekend, and so on Friday they were joined by drummer Larry Mullen Jr.
Oh, he showed up.
Nice.
He
Yeah.
forgot about the whole tour until the last show.
Well,
why don't you guys tell me?
He's been recovering from neck surgery and other ailments, and so there was a rumor that he was going to be there, and some people thought that maybe he would actually play. No, he was up in one of those suites that were above us.
He didn't sneak behind the temporary drummer with a steel chair.
No, he did not take out temporary drummer Bram Vandenberg, but he was up in the suites, and he was watching the show, and he was very excited to be there. And, everybody was chanting his name. Bono introduced him. He said, the rumors that Larry will be playing with us tonight are not true, but he is here with us, and they show the spotlight on him. And also on Saturday night, your buddy Dave Grohl was there.
DG, baby.
And there's a video of Dave Grohl just going insane, singing every word to Beautiful Day from his spot in the suites. But if you missed all of this, if you did not get to see it in person as we did,
it's being downloaded to your phone right now.
Yeah, it'll be automatically on your phone. No, but they did record the last several shows. They filmed them, and they're going to do a video release at some point, U2 at the Sphere.
You know, I was talking with friends of mine this weekend about missed opportunities to go see him, and it was magical for a million different reasons, mainly because of the Sphere. But did Bono not get old fast?
Yes. Well, I feel like Larry David got old fast. Like he's looking a lot worse in this last season.
Yeah, but Larry David's 75 or
he's
76
looked always,
or something like that.
Yeah, he's always looked the same, but he definitely accelerated the aging process.
Bono, though, got old in the last couple of years. He looks a lot older. He doesn't sound good, and I get it. Nobody's voice can hold up. And
he sounds great,
and he
is
shrunk.
what you meant to say. Just not as great.
He shrunk like your Aunt Avis.
All right, we have one little clip that I need to play because I know we're getting to Stank next.
Oh, yeah.
But this is very exciting news for fans of Tenacious D. So Jack Black, he had his red carpet premiere for Kung Fu Panda 4 this past weekend. Hits theaters next weekend, March 8th. But in the closing credits of Kung Fu Panda?
Perfect.
Kung Fu Panda 4 is a Tenacious D cover of Britney Spears' Baby One More Time.
Awesome.
That rules.
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
Yes, it's totally rad. All right.
Thank you, Jay. Here is Dave.
Thank you. Well, as of yesterday afternoon, the Smokehouse Creek fire had burned nearly 1.1 million acres. and now 15% contained. So over the course of Sunday, firefighters were using planes to drop fire retardant over the panhandle to try and stop the spread of the fire. But there were strong winds that were counteracting those efforts, and they've had to evacuate yet another town, Sanford, Texas, with only 100 residents. But the fires have now burned about 2,000 square miles, and it has started to spill into Oklahoma.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and a couple related items. One of the cities in the path of the fires has said that they don't need any more water or drinks. You know, people are trying to figure out how to help. They said, we also have continued to not accept clothing. Said that we need cleanup materials such as shovels, rakes, gloves, and heavy-duty trash bags. So
wet wipes.
Yeah, and wet wipes.
Clean off the soot in between the crevasses.
And, you know, this has not been confirmed. However, it appears that a culprit has been fingered as the cause of all of these wildfires.
No way.
So there was a lawsuit filed on Friday in Hemphill County by resident Melanie McQuitty. And she says a wooden utility pole located about a mile north of Stinnett in Hutchinson County broke and fell on February 26th, igniting the fire. And that wooden utility pole is allegedly owned and operated by Southwestern Public Service Company, a subsidiary of Minneapolis-based Xcel Energy.
I knew it. It's the Yankees that started it.
Yeah, so Xcel Energy has been sued, and we'll see if this gets any traction.
Yes.
Now, there was a filing to the SEC last week. Xcel Energy said that a law firm had sent them a notice of potential exposure for damages resulting from the Smokehouse Creek fire, and so the company has requested that utility pole and that the vicinity of the fire's potential area of origin be preserved for investigation.
I have a question for the class. I don't understand. Let's say that was the root cause, that a utility pole fell, sparks emitted from it, and then a fire started. How can that get so out of control? Like, phone calls are being made, oh my God, fire started. How can that go so fast to where it's just uncontrollable so quickly?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how quickly after it fell. Was there a report of the fire within minutes, or was it hours? You know, how remote was this pole?
Yeah.
And just because of the drought conditions and the winds out there, it just doesn't take a lot.
I guess not. What starts to burn, though? Like, what is the
grasses?
I know, but it seems like that there's enough land out there that's just like...
That's just dirt?
That it would kind of take care of itself, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Corby. If only we had a firefighter on this program.
Yeah.
According to the internet, high winds are a huge reason why it goes so fast.
Thank you, EA.
Yeah,
There
Corby.
it is. Firefighter EA. You ever thought about becoming a firefighter EA?
They would have kicked me out on the first day.
Why?
Did you see me golf? Come on.
You think that's a prerequisite for firefighting?
I mean, I couldn't walk up and down the first hole. You think I could get into
well,
a
that's
burning
another
building?
point. Maybe you can start doing soda with Dave.
A training montage.
Yeah.
A tranny montage?
What is
tranny montage?
Tranny montage. What do you think your eating issue is? Number one, food that gives you the most problems.
It tastes good.
Food in general.
Just food.
Yeah, it's the late nights.
You eat a lot at night?
Yeah, and also when I get depressed. When I get depressed,
You just start eating?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a very depressed guy. So
Well, you don't need to be depressed.
Yeah, don't be
You're
depressed,
kicking
EA.
ass. Got a good family.
You just had 1 year anniversary on the podcast.
Right.
That's true.
Right. Look at you
Yeah,
now.
that's a reason to celebrate by eating.
That should be the opposite.
See, that's the problem. There's always food around.
We should celebrate the 1 year anniversary with a nice cookie cake or something, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's stale cookie cake in the copy room.
You literally
wanna
just
go?
had a piece of cookie cake.
with Pazuki.
He knows. You
You had stale
I just
cookie cake?
No, there's fresh ones in the cafe right now.
There are.
Yeah, so I just had a fresh one.
Okay.
A whole cookie cake?
Like he unhinged his jaw like in V and just shoved a whole one down his mouth.
How much of that you think you could eat?
Only one. It's too sweet.
Do you eat a lot of sweets?
No, I'm not really a big fan of sweets.
You're not? Okay, so what is the problem? Like just the amount of food?
No, it's Taco Bell. It's,
fast food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just meats?
Right.
Yeah, all the meats.
That's why he loves Arby's so much. They have all the meats.
Yeah, that's right.
I love EA.
We
Except
do
when he's
have
pressuring us on text.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the blue text, though. I wanted to say that publicly.
Thank you.
Usually our fill-ins have green texts, and we
bark.
Orlando.
We stew behind their back.
What up?
Lando with his green text.
Sorry, Dave.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, did you know that we have election day in Texas tomorrow? It's primary day.
Is that why I'm seeing more commercials now than ever?
Yes. Yeah.
So who do I got to vote for?
Well,
what's going on?
You go either to your Republican or Democratic primary.
It seems like it's a
and then if you're on the Democratic side, you're
Libs.
picking Joe Biden over a bunch of also-rans that have no chance, and then you're also picking Colin Allred to hopefully get the nomination to run against Ted Cruz in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you are on the Republican side,
vote for Nelson Cruz.
You are voting for Trump or Nikki Haley. And Nikki Haley, she is appearing in mere moments at Tannehill's Tavern in Fort Worth. She's doing a last-ditch effort to try and have a pulse in Texas.
Can that lady quit texting me?
I know.
I'd rather vote for Nikki.
But yeah, Trump is he is the presumptive nominee as he's crushing everyone in every primary. So, I hate to be anti-democracy guy, but I just don't see the point. Why
in this one?
Yeah, there's nothing you can say that would make me go to the polls tomorrow.
Seriously,
like
what kind of cash
let other people handle it.
Lando, are you voting?
Not in the primary, but in the main one.
You will. Okay.
What if they put the primary on the first tee tomorrow morning? Maybe I would.
Like all you have to do is go over there and just write.
Or like you can just put it on your scorecard, and when you turn in your scorecard at the end.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You sign it.
All right, maybe I'll do that.
EA, are you a voter, or did you eat your voter registration card?
Corby,
I voted in every election.
He made it into a taco.
Put a little meat in here. I'm sorry, EA. That's not very nice.
Soft shell.
That would be nice.
Yeah, when the grease of the meat softens the paper.
See, I smoke mine, and he eats his.
Right. Okay, last thing. I don't know if you saw this viral video over the weekend, but there was a robbery that took place in Irving. Not funny in that a Brinks security guard was robbed at gunpoint.
Okay, boo on that. I don't like that.
So the Brinks security guard, he had his Brinks truck, and he was doing a change out, whether he was taking cash out or putting cash into a Chase Bank ATM on Beltline Road in Irving around 9:45 a.m. on Friday. But there's video of the incident. A suspect robs him at gunpoint. The guy is wearing a hat, sunglasses, and has a scarf covering his face.
Does he say, "What are you, about a size 13?"
No.
Okay.
No, he's not that guy.
Okay.
And so he makes the security guard get down on the ground. And then he takes the security guard's pants off.
Yep. Why?
So he can escape. So the security guard won't chase him down with no pants on.
That's kind of brilliant. I've never heard of this before.
So he escapes with a large sum of money.
And the guy just has to lay there going, "Help me."
Irving PD doesn't say how much he got, but he did escape with a bag with a large sum of money. He got into a black Malibu, a Chevy Malibu, and took off. And is still at large.
With the pants.
I don't know if he stole the pants or if he just threw them in the bushes.
You got to keep the pants.
You got to take the pants.
You got to take.
Yeah.
You got to keep.
Did
the
he
pants.
take underwear too?
No, I don't think he stole.
Because you can run around in your underwear.
Undies too. Come on, undies now.
Right. Yeah, then that would ensure that the guy's not getting up, or if he does, he's not going very far.
Right. It's hard to run naked.
Yeah. Well. In chase of someone,
right?
Especially
out into traffic.
Okay, I'm done here. All right, Dave. Good stuff.